It's Ryan Lee back with another training video. Today's video is called Transparency Works. Now, a few months ago, I did a video about Christina Aguilera, and I coined it the Aguilera effect. She had started selling tickets for one of her upcoming concerts and suddenly canceled it. And the speculation was that it was due to low ticket sales, which seemed pretty obvious to everyone. However, they released a statement saying, well, she just didn't have time or couldn't schedule it or was overscheduled. Which everyone, I mean, the forums, the sites, the news media, everyone said it's just bull, it's a crock, it was just due to low ticket sales, and they should have just been honest. And there was this really big backlash against her and her company just because of they just weren't being honest. And the days of hiding and trying to spin things are over. So here's an example of a music group that actually has done it right. And one of my favorite groups, especially back in college, was Boys to Men. Loved their stuff. There's the Cooley High Harmony, good times. But now back in the '90s, they were actually, according to Billboard, the biggest selling group in the '90s. They had all the number one hits. They beat Elvis's record of consecutive hits. So they were the biggest, right? And they've obviously lately, the past few years, haven't done as well. However, they still are keeping an open communication with their fans. So there were originally four of them. And for the past, I don't know, 5 or 8 years, there's only three. One guy left the group, who was their bass, Mike McCrary, and no one really knew what happened, or there was rumors that for their 20th anniversary he was going to come back. And what they did, instead of trying to spin a story and make up lies, they actually posted on their blog the exact story what happened. And if you see here, back in January, they said, and then there were three again. And they went into detail, saying exactly what happened, and that when he wanted to come back, he said he would, but if you read between the lines, he basically wanted to have equal pay, and they didn't think it was fair since they were doing all the work for the past few years. And they're saying that we're going to do 20th anniversary celebration, but without him. And it was just really honest. You could tell it was written by them, and it was. And what happened is people appreciated that, and all the fans started posting comments. They say this person said it was bittersweet and saddens me. But this is the first time that I've finally gotten some clarification as to what was going on. Thank you for sharing the news. And then this other woman had talked about that she's going to miss them. She was shocked to see only three. She said, but I'm a diehard fan, and I have my Boys to Men back. I'll take it. And even says that, it's just supportive, and people showing that, hey, we appreciate you being honest, and we appreciate you sharing the story with the fans. And here are some just simple takeaway lessons. If the most successful group of the '90s can be transparent, you can too, right? This isn't some little group. I mean, they were the biggest selling group of the 1990s. Sold millions and millions and millions of albums or records or whatever, digital download, whatever you want to call it now. But really successful, and they're just saying, hey, this is us, we're real people, and this is the story of what happened. So just whatever you're creating, take this lesson, right? Don't do what Christina Aguilera did and make up stories and try to spin it. Be honest, be open, and the days of spinning are officially over, because the truth is going to get out there. You can't hide anymore. The days of trying to build a business by deceiving people are over. So be honest, be open. People can see through a lot of these bogus things that used to work years ago, some of these scratch and dent sales and some other techniques. Now it just smells of fishiness. We all know what's going on. So that's my little lesson of the day. Just want to show you some real-world examples of people listening and doing it right. So, as always, come to ryanlee.com. Check out more web business training. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.